Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. How y'all feeling today? PJ Allen is definitely in the building. Appreciate you stopping by. Let me see. What's going on with you today? How you feeling? Yes, sir. Welcome to Homeroom. This is the show where we talk about pop culture, hot topics, and everything in between. For your day gets started. This is your source where you can laugh, you can think, we can chill, we can hang out, do whatever. You know what I mean? So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get into it. What's going on? How y'all feeling today? Let me turn this fan down. Something's a little loud. All right. Wait for people to roll in here, man. I'm feeling all right today. I'm all prayed up. Prayed early this morning. I woke up early for like 3:54 a.m. to get up in the morning, and I prayed very early in the morning. And then when I got up again at 5:35, something, prayed again. So Breezy is definitely in the building. Good morning to you. Appreciate you. Shaq, right back at it. You feel me? Right back at it. See, I'm trying to get this consistency thing down. I've been showing up every morning. I mean, other than weekends, every day I've been showing up. So appreciate you falling in. You know what I'm saying? I want this to feel like that. Like this is our school, our community, our house. This is our safe space. You know what I mean? Time we learn, we grow, we laugh, we be silly. You know what I mean? We can cry if you want to. We can pray if you like to. All these things. We want to create that kind of dope space. Yo, PJ, hey, I'm glad you brought that up. So, PJ asking about I don't know if y'all seen it. Adrian Bronner get kicked off of Cameron show, Cameron and May's show today for disrespecting their co-hosts. Stat, their co-host Stat. If you know Stat's a beautiful black woman who's a co-host with Cameron and Mace on their podcast. It is what it is, and Adrian Bronner was. I don't want to assume he was under the influence, but I don't want to assume of what influence, what kind of influence. I don't want to say if it's. Something was obviously going on with him, and I should have got that clip. No, Michelle, you ain't late. You here just on time. I'm literally just logging on myself, so we good. We good. I need to find that clip. That's what I need to do. Find that clip, download it, play it for the people who haven't seen it. Because I thought that was interesting myself. Let me see. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yep, boom. Because I think he played it first. Yeah. Let me find it. My bad. Let me find it. Sorry about that. Okay, man. Anyway, man, how y'all feeling today? Welcome on. Michelle, how you feeling today? I'm good. I'm myself. I'm good today. I'm feeling good. Damn, what's up? This ain't it, is it? No, this ain't it. Where's the post? That's crazy. Y'all watch this IG in the hands. Hey, yeah, hey. He seemed like he been off breezy. He seemed like he been off for a while. Right? Like I've been seeing like interviews and ever since the boxing stuff ain't been going so good, bro. I don't know if he be on something, medication or like, you know what I mean? But he do seem like he be on something. He been wilding. It's like we're watching a downward spiral. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's trick. Let me see. Wait, what's going on with this? There you go. Bam. Let me say this. Bam. Upload here. Bam. I should have did this earlier. That's what I get for not doing good. Doing my due diligence with this show. But PJ just brought it up, so I wasn't even thinking about it, even though I had saw it this morning. But I should have had this done already. You know what I mean? Michelle, Adrian Broner, the boxer. I'm about to post it right here. I'm about to post it in the chat so you can see what happened. Exactly what happened. Let me see. Yesterday, okay. I applaud Cameron for that though. So you can't just be late niggas just get off with this. With Cameron Mason and Stat, and he was making some comments towards Stat that was getting a little out of hand after being told not to do that. So here's what happened.
You look so good in person.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, what you waste that? I love you. What a guy. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Arabia, is that a real background?
Hey, Stat, could you stop
Yes.
Can you stop smiling?
Arabia is...
Nah, yo, bro, some G, yo, bro, some G shit. We got a boyfriend here, yo.
Oh, shit.
I told you that.
My bad.
Nah, like it's all like. Okay, we can move on to football then.
Stat. Oh my God.
Yo, Stat, let's do the football. I guess that answered the question about Floyd. When I see you taking off some time,
I'm mesmerized by Stat.
This nigga here, bro.
I did not know you looked that good in person. My bad, bro. You're amazing.
All right, hey, we gonna have to actually go, my nigga. I mean, I have to actually go, man. I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here. I appreciate you. I love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, no. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you, but I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't violate, bro. I told you that.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends in here. You know me with my brother.
Oh, shit, my bad, bro. My bad.
Nah. But I appreciate your time.
It's me.
Nah, well, if you want to wait for us outside, you could. But I'm not gonna sit in and not value your time neither. You want to wait for me? You could, but I appreciate it, bro. You gotta step out. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so that's what happened. So then that's the clip they posted. Obviously there was a lot of other little flirting and stuff he was doing, but yeah, Cam had to shut that down. He was out of pocket, right? And that's the thing about with some of these celebrities. A lot of them they got a lot of dark stuff be going on. They be dealing with a whole lot, right? He's obviously under the influence of something, right? I don't know what it is, but it's something going on, right? And it's to the point where he can't even control himself. You schedule these things, you're talking to these people, you're trying to get business going, but you can't function sometime daily without some of these vices and some of these things. Now, I'm not trying to put it on him and say he's an addict, right? But the last maybe 10, 15 times I've seen him in clips, it's been like that. It's been like slurred talking and you can barely understand what he's saying and saying little crazy wild stuff like making a fool of himself. Yeah, but somebody got to check it. Somebody got to check it, right? We're literally watching the same thing happen with Kodak Black. Like every time you see Kodak Black now, it's like he high out his mind. Something going on. And it seems like, because I don't know his real life, so I don't know who's around him personally, but it just feels like, I can't say that. I was going to say, it seemed like nobody's telling him nothing. But I also know how it is when you're dealing with addicts. Like, you can't be doing all the things. All the support, trying to not have not trying to be enablers and try to take things away and help him in his life where you try to remove things from the life and all these things, and sometimes an addict gonna find it. An addict's gonna find a way to get to it. So I can't say ain't nobody saying nothing because people are saying something. I hope that there's a strong support system around these people that can help them push past a lot of these vices and stuff they can carry on. You know what I mean? But he was real for that. See, here's the thing too. Like my man PJ said, they got a real like little sister relationship with her, right? They like her big brothers. And rightfully so, they did what they're supposed to do, right? And I would also like us as men, and for men in general, to don't let that kind of thing happen around people that aren't just your little sister or aren't your little cousin or your little niece. Like, protect women, period. And I'm not making this like a men don't protect women thing, because in my life, the men I saw protected all the women around. They just did. Like my family members, my friends and stuff, the homegirls and stuff like that, we would not let none of that slide. No disrespect with none of the homegirls, no family members. We wasn't doing none of that. But I also still make a reference to stay on that, because I don't want it to have to just be your play sister or you just be your homegirl or your best friend or whatever the case may be. I'm tired of seeing videos where somebody beating the hell out of a woman somewhere, black, white, whatever kind of woman, whatever. And somebody just putting hands on her in the street, and then people are filming, but ain't nobody helping. Right? And let's get to it right now. So I understand also that there's the argument that men make a lot of times about, like, well, we mind our business because, especially when it comes to, excuse my language, dick and pussy games, right? Because you run over there to get into it, right? And now you into it with another grown man. And it can be violent. You can get stabbed, shot. You putting yourself at risk for this woman you don't know, right? And sometimes just for them to go back to the nigga anyway. So you done put yourself in a line of fire for somebody who's gonna get back with him anyway. But we gotta stop thinking scared like that. And I understand there will be blood. I hate to say it, that's the truth. There will be sacrifices. Every hero story don't be heroic. Like, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is that they all don't have happy endings. Somebody jumped in and did something, saved somebody, but they took the brunt of the hit and probably never came back. That has happened. But I just couldn't see myself watching a young woman on the street or out somewhere at a restaurant somewhere, whatever, just getting beat up. And I'm just like, yo, who gonna do something? Nigga, me, you should do something. I remember I just saw that I don't know if y'all remember that clip that went viral of the woman in Taco Bell and the security guard. I think he was, I don't know if y'all remember, I think it was the Indian security guard had slapped her in the middle of Taco Bell, and everybody just looking around, and nobody did nothing. You said he was trying to kick her out. I guess he was in there acting up or whatever. He just slapped her in the face. And everybody just looking like nobody did nothing. And I'm just like, yo, who are these niggas? Who raised y'all? You know what I mean? Straight up. It's like you messing, Dollface right, like you messing with the money both ways. First of all, we got a business to run here. We got sponsors, we got people looking, we got stuff going on. All this stuff is paid for, right? People are hired. This is money being spent. So we don't need you throwing off the show. We got stories to get in line. We got to hash these things out. You messing it up. And not only are you doing it from a business standpoint, on some moral values, you are out of pocket. I told you her boyfriend is here. There's a respect level got to happen. This is our coworker, our little sister, however or just a woman in the building. Her man's here. I told you to chill. So now it's three things. You out of pocket with her because you're being disrespectful. You out of pocket because this is business. There's a show going on, and you out of pocket because I told you stop it, knock it off, and I told you the reason why, and you violated all three things. Now you got to go. Now you gotta go. Let's see. Now I just thought about something. A white boy was infatuated by Stat and came on a show to take her out, knowing she only liked brothers. Cam and Mace was egging it on. Then this happens. Yeah, I can't speak to that, PJ. So I just see it. I love to see that, right? I love some context, you know. I definitely love to see that. Yeah, that's crazy, Breezy, for real. I want to find that. I want to find that clip of that. Let me see. The man with no. Let me let's this. Um, I think I found it. All right, let me try to say it real quick. But yeah, I'm not with the standing around game. He definitely was derailing the show, 100%, 100%. They trying to do stories. They trying to go. They got a time. They got time to keep. Everything's time. Money is time. And he in there talking about, "Oh, you so beautiful," sounding all crazy. You ever been, back in the days when I was wilding? You ever heard one of your like voicemails after you were drunk, trying to sound fly to a young lady? You trying to sound sexy to the young lady late night, trying to get with her. You drunk as hell, but you don't know how you sound. Did she play? She ever played you back the voicemail? Nigga, what? Or back when I used to get high, I mollied out. I'd have called somebody. She played me the voicemail. I'd be like, "Nigga, what are you even speaking? What language is that?" I had to ask myself, "What language are you even speaking?" That's real. Let me see. But yeah, I'm not with none of that, man. Shout out to King88, definitely in the building. And I didn't give it official. What's up to Dogface? Definitely in the building. Appreciate y'all for following through, man. I need to make it official. I know we chopping, but I need to make it official like I do with everybody. All right, here you go. Oh, the dry. No. Oh, man, okay, I messed that up. Wait, what? There we go. Let me see. Me and my sister jumped our brother-in-law because he shoved my other sister to the ground. I think my sister was 16 and my other sister was. As y'all should have. As y'all should have. Teach them early. Teach them early. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't putting our no. We ain't putting our hands on no. We ain't doing that. I ain't mad at that. Y'all did what y'all supposed to do. And better than telling them, let them know by example. You know what I'm saying? Way better than telling them. Wait, what you mean? Why you think? Wait. So what about if you drunk? PJ, you got to break that down. What you mean? Yeah, it did. All right. So look, so here's the video. I want to talk about this video. It's an old clip, but I want to talk about this video and what happened here, and I want to talk about something that happened after. So I'm gonna play this clip. This was the guy, the security guard in Taco Bell that slapped this black woman. Oh, don't call another man if you're drunk. Yeah, that's out. That's out. Because even if you try to sound cool, what's up, my nigga? You all slurred and all that. Yeah, I ain't with none of that. All right, here's the clip with the Taco Bell lady, whatever. The security and the lady.
This Taco Bell security guard just slapped a customer. Shocking footage captured by Alejandro Sanchez shows the moment a woman went to place an order at the fast food chain before being hit across the face in a seemingly unprovoked attack.
Okay. Everybody did that. Nobody helping. Nobody helping.
Sanchez explained to SWNS, the security guard was telling her to leave and she didn't want to because she was ordering food. Then he just went off and she started going crazy. He slapped the shit out of her. It was crazy. Everybody was shocked. It is unclear what sparked the argument, but Sanchez claimed that the woman appeared to be homeless.
I'm saying, what? You know, it's certain times, certain places where I tell myself, maybe it's good I wasn't there. Yeah. It's a good thing I wasn't there. Because you never know the outcome of your actions sometimes. And though I'm a man of God, I'm trying to follow Christ and be, humble and walk in a better controlled, more disciplined way of living. There's no way I could have watched that happen without tripping out. I would have lost it. There's no way that could have happened while I was there. That couldn't happen. Me and old boy, it'd have been either hands or he'd just been knocked out. But we get into it. I've never watched that happen. He slapped that woman in the face. It wasn't even like he was fighting her off for this long time, a battle, struggle back and forth. He immediately just got off. Smacked her dead in the face. Like that's a part of the job, though. Like, you're still trying to, yo, you got to exit, you got to leave. Like that's a part of the job. Sexy Nay is definitely in the buildings. I appreciate you stopping by. Salute to you, Nay. Thanks for showing up. Sunshine Baby is definitely in the building. Appreciate you, Sunshine Baby, for stopping by. Yeah, so we ain't doing that. I wish I could find another video. I was going to say that I seen a video the other day. I should have saved it. They gave an update on the situation about what happened to old boy. I heard he was shot and killed. Yep. That's what I heard. I heard he was, we went at Taco Bell, but he was security for some other place, and he was in the alley, and somebody got into it with this dude or something like that, and then the dude shot him. He died right there on the spot. So, there's that. Hey, wait a minute. Who put Scorpios in the chat? Who is Scorpio? Who is Scorpio? Scorpio gang. I see you put Scorpio in the chat. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a real Scorpio too. November baby. So, There's a lot of like baby Scorpios. There's a lot of like people play on the edge, but I'm dead smack in the middle of November. Real Scorpio. Sexy Nate, when your birthday? I'm having a great day, Sunshine. I appreciate that. I hope you're having a great day as well. And I appreciate you always checking on us and making sure we straight in here. We good. Always dope to have you in our presence. And Sunshine, you seen I had Michelle come to, we did a homeroom yesterday. I still got to get you on when you're ready. 11:21, okay, 11:15, all right before you. Okay, we have to do a live or something one day. I don't know if you're down. We got to do a birthday live when we can. That'd be dope. You with that? I'm with that. I'm totally with that. Oh, your daughter a Scorpio? Look at the blessing. Look at God. Look at God know how to spread them out, don't he? Oh, Nate. Okay, for sure. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. It's funny. That ain't cool, man. Dude's just letting that happen. I can't. And I understand there's a lot of people who stepped in for women getting attacked out in the streets or something in some public setting, and then sometimes, man, you got some stories where it went all bad for the hero. But I just can't watch it. That's why I always pray. I always pray that I'm covered. Because I feel like there's going to be some times as a man, you got to protect the people that surround you. Those people don't have to be related to you. Sometimes you just got to protect what's around you as being a bigger, stronger man. It's not a gender thing. It's just like, like man law. Like you got to, you know what I mean? You got to hold it down. You know? It's like, remember one of the worst things I ever saw in a movie, and there's tons of horrific things you watch in movies, but from a man, human point of view. Remember New Jack City? And I know y'all remember the movie, but remember the wedding scene when everything was coming to a head towards the end? I forgot who was getting married. And Nino Brown, remember they start shooting, the Italians pull back up and they start shooting up the wedding. And then Nino Brown grabbed that baby, that little girl. It was running, put her in front of him as for a shield. It was running across and dodged. Like, that was the worst thing. That was one of the worst things I ever saw. You know what I mean? Like who? How evil must you be? And mind you, I know they got child murderers and other kind of people out here. I know I'm speaking from like a protection point, or you being a man, and that violates man law out in public, or how you supposed to protect. He's supposed to protect that baby, not run and use her for a shield to protect himself. That was horrible. And the crazy part is that there's niggas on the street right now that do the same thing. You know what'd be really wild? What's that show? I forgot the name of that show where they put people in like fake situations and just to watch what everybody else around is going to do. Like they may have actors playing out a situation in a public setting just to see what the people around are going to react, how they're going to react to it. What? Not What If It Happened to You or something like that. I forgot the name of that show. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. You ever seen the ones where they do they have maybe a little boy or a little girl on the corner somewhere, and then somebody come and do like a fake kidnapping, like walk off with him in the hand, or pick him up and walk off a little bit? Yeah, what would you do? Yep. Boom. Yep, that show. You ever seen it? I'll be pissed. I'll be watching that show. I'll be pissed off. It was some girl on the corner, little baby on the corner, and some dude come walk up and just grab her hand and walk off with her real fast, or pick her up and try to walk off with her, and she starts screaming, and people looking around like, what's going on? Who is that? And do you know her? And I'm like, nigga, nobody gonna spring into action. Ain't nobody gonna trip them or nothing. That'd be crazy to me. It's crazy. And then it happened. It really puts it really put a test on where your moral line is, right? Like where are you, like, you know, morally in the world? You know, you watching some. You may be sitting in a restaurant. You sitting on one side and maybe a couple or whoever's sitting next to you, and then you may have a control. The actors are playing like a controlling boyfriend checking his girlfriend. Like, I told you, don't effing move and be whatever. You gonna do this, whatever. Probably fake like he gonna hit her and all kind of stuff. Like, kind of like to give off the implied like he's abusive. And then people just be looking like, oh my God, like, what's going on? Like, why? How you treating her like this? Man, what do you niggas don't get up and walk over there and check this nigga? I really be tripping like, how y'all sitting through this? Look, if I ever watch something like that happen and then go home, I will be thinking about that all night. Like, all night. I couldn't even function after watching. If I watched a kid get picked up and some dude ran off, and I didn't get to see if it was a joke or not, and that happened, I couldn't even sleep. I'd be wondering about that kid all night and the next day about what happened. And if you're the public setting, you got to start looking at yourself like, why didn't I do nothing? You got to start questioning yourself as a human being, a good human being. Why didn't I do nothing? I just step in and try to do nothing. I just let that go down. Or I just let this guy talk to this lady like that. He looks like he be beating the hell out of her. And you just watching it because you don't want to be nosy. You know, we quick to say, oh, we minding our business. That ain't my business. Nick, what if that was your child, though? What if that was your daughter and you wish the dude on the next table said something? You wish somebody had her back like you would have your own daughter's back. If that happened. Yeah, nah. Nah, we ain't doing that. That's a fact, man. They really be standing around just watching stuff happen. $1,000%. That ain't nobody I'm hanging with. We not doing that. We ain't doing that. Visionary star, what you mean by that? I usually get the jokes, but I don't want to seem out of pocket. But Gangsta's gonna use you as who is a shield? Who are you talking about? Gangsta's gonna use somebody as a shield. That's the fact. So you better hurry up and say cut. Hey, for a real crime happen because I'm a trip. You gotta hurry up and say cut because I'm a trip. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey man, I forgot you. I'm reading your comment a little later than when I said that. Yeah, he's a mark for that. He used it as a shield. Neither one of them got shot, which means he didn't need to do it anyway. He was a mark for that. I mean, but we knew he was. So he knew he was a bitch ass nigga. And when I say bitch ass nigga, I don't mean like a punk or like you scary. I mean like you definition of a bitch ass nigga, the worst kind of nigga. He was. Hey, PJ, I feel you 100%. We ain't doing that. I couldn't let that happen. I owe it to the next man to protect his daughter. I owe it to the next mother to protect their son somewhere when I'm out and about and somebody trying to bully somebody or do some more control and some shit. No, we ain't doing that. Especially when it comes to like child anything. We ain't doing that. We ain't letting that slide. Like we ain't letting that slide. That's why people be tripping when they find out shit be going on at home. Usually the justice, not even usually, lots of the times they'll handle it and then call the police. Wait, what you mean? I'm lost, bro. What part of the conversation you trying to do right here? My bad. My bad. I may be a little off today too. So blame me for part of it. But what you mean by this? That's the same shit as a rat did the crime, then you went told. What you mean? I don't want to get you confused. I want to understand you. My bad. Ah. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, but we ain't doing that, man. We're not doing that. Nah. Let me see what else right here too. Ah, turn it off. Let me see. You only arrest if you commit a crime with a person. You hard and telling the person just telling. You get caught and telling on the one. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what's crazy too, PJ? When it comes to street politics, I was born in 1979. I was out in these streets in the 80s. Really out in these streets. Really out in these streets in the 90s. I've seen a bunch of stuff. I've seen all kinds of stuff happen in my life. One thing that always been tricky is how niggas deal with snitches and rats. So, I know they like to blame it on the modern era and say, y'all ain't be niggas is telling and y'all talk too much and y'all don't be. Let me tell you something. I'm not telling y'all that y'all don't know, but for the people who don't know, snitching, ratting, and the game changing and the goalposts moving for who did what, that's been happening since I've been born. You know what I'm saying? It's been happening since I've been born. People move the goalposts for anybody if they agree or like somebody. Or you with whatever they with. And if you dislike somebody, some people go to the grave trying to take that person down with a narrative. But the cold part about the snitching and rat conversation is that this is the most time I think, I can't say this is a fact, just my opinion. This era now is the most ever we talked about snitching and ratting. I'm talking about in a grand scheme setting of like short amount of time and not even like a different case, not even like a bunch of cases. I've never heard people talk about it this much. Because part of the reason is because, well, what that got to do with music? Like, the people who do music don't be doing that. The people who do be doing that don't really be doing music. Now, maybe it's unfair for me to say that. I'm from the West Coast. So the way West Coast got down was a little different. especially when it came to gangsters and how they impute themselves or not in rap music in the hip hop scene. It ain't been a whole lot of, when I'm talking about successful, reputable, nigga, not gang members, gang bangers, it ain't been a whole lot of professional, successful gang bangers. It just haven't. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact. The reason why I don't worry about snitch conversation and who did what and like beef and all that, because I don't live a life of crime. Straight up. I don't live a life where I gotta be worried about, watch behind your back and can I go here? Well, other than like gang territorial stuff, whatever, where you gotta, it's LA still, you gotta be wary about where you at, right? But as far as like keep my head on the swivel just on some West Coast, fast shit, yeah. But not because I'm wanted in these streets being affiliated with something. That's a different kind of pressure. When your face is known for the enemies, when I say for enemies, I'm thinking from the other side. When your face is well known to the enemies, and then you got multiple enemies, that could be, for me, I would think, that would kind of be uncomfortable. I don't know. No, I heard it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to snitching in the 80s and 90s, you heard it, but just not in this way, but you still heard it. Right? It's like, but the thing about it is like there's no social media, so everything's heightened. Right? I'm never supposed to know what the Hoovers got going on. I'm supposed to be knowing what the 60s got going on. There's no way I'm supposed to be knowing what Park Village niggas got going on, or what the Swans got going on, or who chased down a nigga from Bounty Hunters, or Grape Sheet nigga caught a nigga from. How am I supposed to be knowing this stuff? How do I hear all this stuff almost every day? Timeline jumping, niggas pass throwing rumors across the screen, videos going across. Everybody knows such and such. Oh, such and such just got out of jail. He beat up such and such from. That's social media. That would be the reason why it's different. But I remember these conversations in the 80s and 90s with the homies. I jumped off the porch early. I remember who couldn't come around because they were snitching, or they just thought he was snitching. Paperwork being passed around that couldn't be manipulated at that time because niggas didn't have the technology. Now, if you had fake paperwork as a print, maybe. But this stuff been happening. Ever since they've been snitching and rats going on, it's been talked about. Because a nigga gonna do, most of these niggas gonna do whatever it is to do to stay out of jail. Period. You know what I'm saying? Yes and no. Do I have friends that gay bang? Yeah, for sure. When I go back to my mama's house, or I'm through the neighborhood, whatever. Do I see niggas, whatever, the homies and whatever? Do I see them and do I know them? And yeah, for sure. If you take 300 days out the year, 300 some odd days out the year, and I'll take maybe 10 to have these kind of conversations with the homies about on some game banging? No, that's not what's happening. That don't consume my life like that. No, these are not the conversations I'm having. It's just not. And my homies know that ain't my life. So talking to me about that will be for what? They don't call me to be like, hey, Lucc such and such got locked up and nigga, whatever, or the homies just got it. Nigga, we just went through the such and such. That's not our conversations. I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not even a gang member. This right here, especially if it don't directly involve me. And here's the problem too. Most of these niggas talking about all this stuff ain't got nothing to do with the streets. It's just rumors. A lot of these podcast dudes doing these podcasts and talking about who did what, who snitching, who got paperwork. Most of these hosts ain't got nothing to do with no game banging. So I don't even want these things to be major. I'm talking about specific situations tied to real people. I'm not having them conversations on my podcast, so I can be in the mix, so I can be a part of like what goes on with the internet drama with all this stuff you talking about. Them not the conversations I'm having. I'm not having conversations about why such and such beat up such and such on Old Boy podcast and he's from this and he's from that and that. Then now I'm in it. Now Lucc in it. That ain't the conversation I'm having. We ain't doing that. I think, and it's crazy how people are still so infatuated with street life. There's people out here who lived it, who live it daily. There's a bunch of people who don't want to even do it no more. And here's the actual, the truth of it all. Me and G Malone was talking about this one day. If most of these niggas had something to do, that wouldn't have been the case for their life anyway. People always talk about opportunities, resources. The hood ain't got no resources. That's why people just stick together and try to figure it out. We got records. Ain't no jobs offered over here. My record can't give me a job. Ain't nothing going over here, but I got a baby. What I'm supposed to do? All the homies sell something. I'm trying to get a job. They ain't hiring me. What I'm supposed to do? No resources. So you go make them. You go make the resources. Problem is the resources are illegal. Then it's a cycle. Right? Give niggas something to do. They won't do the other stuff. But see, what happens is the new modern day whoever are infatuated with popularity, right? They're infatuated with being first or their name and lights or on. See, for this, the internet is TV for them. How we used to, back in the day, we used to want to get on TV. For a lot of these niggas, this is TV. The different podcasts, I'm not going to name no podcast, but the different podcasts, that's their TV. So they'll say and do almost anything to get on that, right? Even if one of the owners is a culture vulture who's doing more of a detriment to you and your space than you are. And you can't see when you're being used. You're so blind to it because you're on a certain podcast and that podcast may be popular. So you do whatever. You'll fight niggas. You'll dish your own people. Teach a nigga your gang signs. Take the nigga to your hood. Let him be in your hood. Let him have video in your hood, everything. Just for the inevitable to happen. It happens every single time. There's going to be a time y'all don't agree or something going to cross. And then it's going to go all bad. This person's protected by security, police, and a bunch of other stuff. And then you don't have a job no more. And then you talk about how fake or racist somebody is or whatever the case may be. And then, but it's too late. You look crazy. You've been hanging with them for months on end, sometimes years. Was he that after y'all got mad at each other? Or has he been that? And if you've been that, why you ain't say nothing then? Why you take him to your hood? And why you let him hold up your gang sign in pictures? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. For clout, for fake respect, COE, content over everything, the views, the numbers, the sponsors. Podcast prostitution. Podcast prostitution. That's what it is. Bloss was good with it. Top of the morning to you. Good fight. I think Bud whooped his ass almost every round. It's not there's no really a deep dive to that. You know, he put hands on him majority of all the rounds. I see maybe except for one. And didn't look in pain at all. He got hit a couple of times on some real. Canelo got a couple of shots through, but he didn't really look like he was in pain like that. While Bud was going to work. Come on now, boss. You better pay your people. Salute to the boss. Salute to Bloss. Hey, Bloss, the boss. Yeah, he did. Easy. Yeah, he did. Yo, let me ask y'all something. I want to ask them. I guess I ask the men and the women because I want to know what y'all think about this. So you guys heard about the Sierra and Russell with the they changed Future last name, I think, to Wilson. If I'm not mistaken, little baby Future. I don't know if y'all peeped that. It was a story in the headlines where Future referred to Lil Future as a Wilson, basically. You know, but I heard that Sierra, I think, if the rumor is correct, a couple of years prior, she had already changed his last name to Wilson. I want to know what you guys think about that. Shout out to Rich Religion, definitely in the building. Because I don't know how I feel about that. Because I think you got to take different perspectives. There's Russell Sierra who's been, holding it down. And I am to assume that Future is not a good dad. I don't know the story, so I know I may sound like a little dumb right here. I don't know what's going on. But is he not a good father? Because I know, not being together is one thing, but is he not a good father? I guess maybe not. Because Sierra has the full custody, right? I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm trying to think from if that's happening, she got full custody, they do everything, he don't really be around, don't take care of, then all right, well, do your thing. But if he is, that's the question I should be asked if somebody's gonna make a move like that. because that's extra out. If not, that's what I'm saying. If he in the son life, then nah, that ain't cool. And I wouldn't have pushed for that. Me, if I was married to Sierra, I wouldn't have pushed for the changing of his last name, if the father is in the picture as a good father. I'm not doing that to no man. But if you ain't shit, hey man, hey, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Because that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Well, Michelle, so if you don't see your kid by choice, yes, I can understand the statement. But there's many variables on why one may not see his child, which we know could be a thing. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened with them. I'm just saying that it's a choice. Excuse me. You know what I mean? It's a choice. So, especially if you're making it hella hard for me to see my kid. Doing all kind of crazy stuff, lying, and a bunch of different stuff. Then I got to figure it out. When I say figure it out, I got to stay out the courts for a while and then make my big plan and my big escape. I think it's important because, yeah, nah. Mm-mm. Yeah, nah. You could have, I don't know if it's kid, because they change their minds daily if something happens. Blood transfusion, something that has to go through that. No, so Nate, look, so I thought about that too, right? So here's the thing, which I thought it's a kind of interesting way to look at it, right? If he don't want to be a part of his child life no more, then all right, cool. I get that. If he just a deadbeat, not really around as much, and be taking pictures on holidays and may say, "Hey, son, what you doing today?" Like, if he do that, whatever, that's kind of out for me. But I wouldn't try to convince my son to change, my bonus son at the time. I mean, in that situation, to change the last name. I'm looking at it like, here's the thing I'm looking at. The mother typically usually picks the name anyway. So it's going to sound crazy, but so hear me out. Really, it's a courtesy for the wife or baby mother or whoever to put the husband's name down, to share that. It's a courtesy at that point. Excuse me. Yeah, and like, so I'm not with the whole. And if you fully took on a job as father, and the other nigga bailed because whatever reason it be, nah, I'm not fighting for you to get. Nah, I don't care about you and that name change. I don't care about that. Nah. That's why, and that's the reality of these conversations, right? Because this is the actual truth. The fact that we don't know nothing, we just assume a name was changed, and okay. So I understand that, that's why you can't push a narrative too far out in the open out there too, because sometimes that stuff bounces around so much it hurts people. So that's gonna be tough for a lot of. Let me see. For a lot of people, fuck my dad. Let me tell you, I'm married. Yeah. But it's crazy, man. I got a meeting coming up in a second. I just want to get up here and tap in with y'all for an hour. Yep. Who last name carries power? No, for 1% for sure. But if that new last name can carries power also, and he's the actual dad, I'm sorry, he's the dad that's been put in place and been killing it ever since a youngin'. And if the dad is out the way somewhere, not really tripping, then there's that. No, I understand that. But the records are the records, right? So I'm not pushing for nobody really to change the last name, right? I would never have pushed for my son to change his last name because I've been here since 5 years old raising, right? I would never push for that because the pops is around. I'm cool with the pops. He got married, but I'm not changing that. I wouldn't do that, right? But I also can sympathize with a young lady who the relationship may be different with the son and the father, and her and the father, her and the father, and her and the father and the son. I can sympathize with that. Like, oh yeah, like, you know, I can sympathize with that. Excuse me, because I'm also like, nigga, you ain't want nothing to do with the baby. You deadbeat ass nigga. You didn't do no part in raising. You let him go with no fight. You never loved me at all. Don't let a baby. Like, you know what I mean? However the case may be, whatever. And you want the benefits of his last name being something where he ain't do nothing but birth you, and it's still in the record. It's not like I can't find out who was the birth father to a kid who changed his last name. You can find it out it's in the books. So I'm not not right now. 100%. So we straight and Nate, we're strictly going off of look. This part of we understand this. This part of the conversation is pop culture. With pop culture, it's all smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? So I understand that. I get it. So most of these conversations are entertaining or for entertainment purposes only. So you have these conversations about what's going on and who got a who baby daddy or who fighting with who, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I don't know. Michelle J, it is. It's on the books. You feel me? You in the records, right? They'll see when it changed. His name was. We watched them shows, the Ancestry show and all that. He'll be like, man, boom. Then she got married. Then she took that. Then she gave that son name, the new husband name, and then boom, they can trace it back. They'll be fine. People know who they are. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But yeah, I got some meetings I got to take care of. I want to get in here with y'all today and tap in with y'all for at least an hour. Make sure I'm on my job, homeroom. I'm glad we got to chop it up today a little bit. Talk about a whole bunch of nothing. But sometimes you need to talk about a whole bunch of nothing. Sometimes you don't need big, super deep, layered conversations. Sometimes the game don't permit that. I mean, sometimes the game don't. Put that out. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it ain't about that. Sometimes it's about like, hey, just chopping it up. What's your barbershop you know how many times a conversation change in the barbershop? How much a conversation shift from topic to topic in the barbershop? So, yeah. Sometimes we're going to be on that. Yeah. Future too rich to give us the answer. He's richer than who? The new baby daddy? I think not. Richard, give y'all the answer. He too rich to give an answer. Hey man, that's the thing too. That's the dope thing about storytelling, right? Is we don't need for him to give us an answer. We'll make what up. That's the game in a nutshell. One, let me put this on screen because I think I need to make something clear. Because I'm a super cool, super laid back dude. But one thing I don't want y'all to confuse my coolness with and my no drama space, safe space thing. I need to post it again just so y'all see very clearly. I don't want y'all ever get confused of talking to me crazy. So, not the baby dummy would be you talking to me. And you got me all the way fucked up. I create these spaces so we can all get along and be cool. But I don't directly disrespect nobody. None of y'all. So I will never have it for someone to turn around and disrespect me in no kind of way. Especially since I don't hand out disrespect. So any nigga calling me a dummy, that's out. And I'm not going to kick you out. Just check it. Because that's not the environment I want to set. But with no nigga nowhere on earth going to call me dummy at all. That's out. It's not happening. We ain't doing that. Just to be clear, Visionary Star. And here's the thing. I let you get off a lot here. Right? I don't be heavy on the moderators to do nothing. I don't be on you about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff you've been saying out of pocket. But it's not directed towards anybody. But eventually something's gonna come through. You out of pocket. And I think you think, oh, he nice, I can get that off. You've been sadly mistaken. That ain't who you're looking at. Now, I'm not a violent person. I'm not a gangster. I'm not going to, I don't make threats. But I'm also a man and a very grown one. And we don't do that. That ain't how we play. No disrespect. That's not the environment I have. I don't have that kind of environment where we disrespect anybody. Not nobody in the chat. Nobody on this side of the screen. Nobody on that side of the screen. I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing podcasts. I've been doing podcasts since 13. That ain't what we doing. No, Rich is cool. I don't have a problem with you. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with people I deem as strangers in a sense that come up on videos or come in comments on IG and say crazy stuff. I've heard crazier things. But if I'm building a community here and I've been seeing you guys repeatedly and we have conversations and then somebody step out their face and say something crazy to me directly, then I got to be like, oh, hold on. I don't want you to ever get that twisted to think you think I'm going to let that pass. Because I don't want to create the environment of not only is this a safe space, I'm not the nigga you can do it to. So I need to let it be known that ain't the space we're going to have. No, nigga, you not writing the word dummy gave you the power. And it's crazy because, how I want to say this. The fact that you think it's power is crazy. Because this don't take no cut out my day. It just sets the tone. That's it. This don't take no cut out my day. It sets the tone. Your power is the power you have in your spaces. That's it. But I believe I'm doing a good job of making a cool space here where nobody talk to nobody crazy. Ain't no crazy kind of talk to nobody. That's out. You don't talk to none of my peoples here. I won't let nobody talk to you like that. And definitely don't talk to me like that. I ain't nobody's dummy. Never. The fact that you said that like you can get that off is crazy. Yeah, that's out. Anyway, yo, good show today, though. Michelle, I did have a whole show talking about nothing. But I just wanted to talk today. I knew I wanted to get on because, look, every show ain't about me having topics and running through. And like when I had you on, we had questions and stuff back and forth. It ain't about that. You know, I just want to create an environment where it can be whatever it is going to be on that day. If we just talking shit, if we going back and forth in the comments about whatever interesting, whatever good topics are out, it might be serious. Sometimes it might be a little more laid back, but it needs to be that environment to keep you on your toes of like, I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but I know that I'm comfortable. It's a safe space and we can get off pretty much a bunch of stuff, right? Because we set the environment for that. So, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we got to be. I think this is cool. I look forward to this. I also look forward to it because sometimes it ain't. It's like you know, I look at homeroom like how I used to pull up in real life. Remember how we used to pull up and go to school, pull up in homeroom. You know, in homeroom you about to go fuck around. It wasn't serious. You gonna meet up with the homie, go sit in the corner by your homie or whoever your homegirl is. Y'all chopping up about what happened over the weekend or yesterday, or whatever. So sometimes we having frivolous conversation. Not too many times the teacher, whoever was holding down homeroom, put the check down. Not too many times they did that. They pretty much let you relax as long as you ain't too loud. So that's the environment I want to set. At home, I look at it like we all pulled up at 10 o'clock and we start chopping up. What y'all got going on? What y'all do this weekend? What y'all went to? What you think about that thing that happened? Oh, you think what you call it? He came through with the, you know what I mean? So I want to set an environment like we pulled up in his homeroom in real life. Because if it's going to be homeroom and I got topics every time and I'm covering subjects and all that stuff like that, it's going to feel like the regular everyday podcast. I'm doing Relatable once a week. We can do that there. But homeroom is just we hanging out, you know. So, yeah. But yeah, man, so I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate all y'all for coming through. Let me see. We should chop it up in there. We had a basketball team like before. Yeah, hey, that's real too, though. PJ, I said, I fell asleep many times in homeroom because that's where you know you can get it at. He ain't tripping. As long as you don't snore. As long as you don't snore, they ain't tripping. But yeah. Let me see. So, man, we right back at, what's tomorrow? Wednesday? So, Relatable is tomorrow. But also, I don't feel like doing podcasts back to back, do homeroom. No, I'm not gonna do homeroom before because Rios does, and he still do the A and Wake Up show, and I don't want to run the same time he run my A and Wake Up show. So no, we're not doing that. So tomorrow, tap in a Relatable with me and Rios, me and Ace Boy Rios. We doing Relatable tomorrow. We got topics we're gonna discuss, questions stuff we're gonna go over. So you know, Relatable is not much so much as a freestyle based show, but it's gonna be cool, man. You know, me and my dog Rios, man. We always have a good time. We carry some good topics, and I always want to surprise them with some questions. So make sure y'all tap in tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Relatable. Me and my man Rios, me and Ace Boy Rios, we're on tomorrow. We know Wednesdays is Relatable Day. That's what I mean. Not by government standards, but you understand what I'm trying to say. But appreciate y'all for stepping out. Michelle J. I can, but there ain't really homeroom, is it though? I think homeroom is the morning thing. Now I can call it something else, right? I can call it something else. Probably do tomorrow afternoon and call it something. Tomorrow evening probably be better though. Maybe that's just log on. We chop it up. I don't call it nothing. the hangout, the playground. I don't know, something cool. Anyway, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Sunshine Baby was definitely in the building. Jen was definitely in the building. PJ Allen was definitely in the building. Michelle J, the homegirl, was definitely in the building. Appreciate y'all stepping through. Appreciate y'all coming through. Rich Religion was definitely in the building. Breezy, definitely in the building. Rich Religion is definitely in the building. Visionary Star was definitely in the building today. Appreciate y'all following through. Sexy Nay, she was definitely in the building. Scorpio gang, definitely in the building. Hey Bloss was definitely in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, saying what's up, hanging out. Especially for the people who aren't watching a video. If you just at work or doing something, you listen in your headphones or whatever. Man, I truly appreciate y'all because the fact that you couldn't watch it and you still want to hear it, I appreciate y'all for real. Anybody that show up for this, I'm humbled, truly honored and humbled that you stopped by and hang out with me because I'll be talking to myself if not, which I'm fine with because I'm kind of low-key crazy like that. But I'd rather talk to actual human beings. I'm glad y'all stopped by. I think that's about it with the people in the building. Oh, D1661. Shout out to you for shout out to you for stepping in the building today, man. I appreciate you, big dog. I think that's about it. But I appreciate all y'all, man. Showing up today, showing love, all that. Appreciate y'all. Oh, and look, I'm still getting used to the like, subscribe, comment thing. So don't even trip on me about that. I'm still getting used to that. I don't know when to do it. I'll be forgetting. So that'd be my thing. I need to get, you know what I need to do? Instead of having that little rolling banner at the bottom, the little ticker symbol thing, I need to get a overlay on my screen that show all my tags and stuff, all my things. You know what I'm trying to say. You know, all my things. You know what I'm trying to say. I need to get an overlay made for my page. I need to make one myself. Go through Canva and make it. But I tried to make one time. It was hella ugly and I never put it up. That's why y'all didn't see it. But I need to try again. But if you can, before you leave, please like this video. I'd appreciate if you at least like the video. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow a.m. at 11 o'clock for Relatable. Myself and Ace Boy Rios will definitely be in the building. All right? So, yeah, and I'll make sure I do an early post that morning, too, to letting you know that it's coming in with the link. Pause. All right? But, yeah, I'll let y'all know it's coming. I appreciate y'all, man. I love you, man. I'm out. Peace.